Sana and welcome to my channel, Paperback Tulips. Here we're gonna be discussing books and all book related things. So I decided to start this BookTube channel a while back, but now I actually have a lot of time to do my videos and do all the editing just because I'm self-isolating. We all know why. So that's what I'll be doing now. I'll be doing these videos, I'll be creating content, I'll be reading a lot, and hopefully you are too. So obviously this is my first video and I've seen a lot of new booktubers starting with the new BookTube newbie tag, but then I thought that maybe I want to do something a little different. So for you to get to know me a little better, I decided to do the reading habits tag instead today. So let's get to it. So the first question is, do you have a certain space in your home dedicated just for reading? Well, I don't really have one dedicated just for reading, but it would be my chair, which is normally standing right here, but I do everything on that chair. I eat on that chair, I sometimes sleep on this chair, so yeah, I normally have to sit upright when I'm reading, just because I tend to fall asleep quite easily and quite often, especially in evenings after a long day of work. So I don't like to read on the bed or on the sofa. I prefer sitting upright and then just reading in this comfy chair. So the second question is, do you use bookmarks or do you just use a random piece of paper? And I tend to use bookmarks. I have these lovely little bookmarks that I've done myself. They're basically cut off from tea boxes, but I think they're really cute, and yeah, I use those ones normally. If I don't happen to have a bookmark, then I normally just remember the page that I am on. I never dog ear my pages. I never use any random pieces of paper, receipts. Normally that doesn't work for me. Question 3 is, if you can just stop reading, or do you have to finish reading after you've read the chapter, or you've finished the chapter, or you've read a certain amount of pages? And for me, I always try to finish the chapter, or at least get to the break in a chapter. However, obviously when I'm really tired, I kind of fall asleep during reading, so it not always happens, but yeah, I always try to read the chapter rather than the page mark. So question number 4 is, do you eat or drink while reading? And yes, tea is my go-to drink. I drink tea all the time, doing everything in my life, so basically there's not really any surprise in here that I'll be drinking tea while reading. It's very relaxing. And when it comes to eating, I normally don't eat full meals while reading. I do tend to snack when I read, but nothing really dirty that would make my fingers greasy, because obviously that would destroy the book. Question number 5 is multitasking. So do you listen to music or do you watch TV while reading? And when it comes to music, I do tend to put my headphones on and listen to some music when I'm commuting, so when I'm on a bus or a tube or somewhere where there's loud noises around. I just do that to block any kind of conversation that people may be having around me, just so I can focus fully on the book. But TV, I just find it very distracting if I hear a TV show or anything in the background. I can't watch and read at the same time. I just get way too distracted with the show, so I can't focus on the book. Question number 6 is, do you read only one book at a time, or do you read several books at a time? And for me, I tend to listen to one book on audiobook and have another book reading physically. So audiobooks I normally listen to while I'm cooking, or when I'm cleaning, when I'm going to the shop, or for a walk, and then I tend to read the physical book when I'm at home, at work, and commuting to and from work. Question number 7 is, reading at home or reading everywhere? And I kind of already answer this question in the previous question, but I do tend to read everywhere I go. I do read mostly at home on weekends because that's when I have time, that's when I'm home, and on a regular weekday I just either listen to an audiobook or read while doing all my chores, commuting, on my break at work, and yeah, doing just regular lifestyle, shopping, cleaning, cooking. Question number 8 is reading out loud or reading silently in your head. And that definitely has to be the latter. I can't really read out loud for too long. My voice, it gets tired and I just find it really exhausting. Question number 9 is, do you skip ahead or even skip full pages? And I'm a little of guilty reader in this sense, just because I always want to know how many pages a book has. So I always skip to the last page just to see how many it has. So sometimes I do get spoiled. I spoil myself, but I just have to do it. It's just an impulse that I can't stop. So I always check how many pages, but I would never skip the full page of reading. So even if the book is boring, I would read it still, probably drift off with my mind somewhere, but I would still read it. Question number 10 is, do you break the spine or do you try to keep it like new? And I normally try to keep it brand new, but obviously if I can't read because the book opens only up to here, then I will break the spine. It's not the end of the world. Especially that I buy most of my books secondhand, so they all come already a little bit used, and some of them have a broken spine, which is fine, absolutely fine. It's just a book, it's not a big deal. So yeah, I try to avoid it, but just in case it happens, or if I can't read properly without breaking the spine, I'll do it. And finally, question number 11, do you write in your books? And the answer is no. I never make any notes, write in my books. I don't highlight anything in books. If there's something that I want to mark, I use these sticky book tabs, such as those ones. So if I need to mark something, I'll just put one of those on, and then can always get back to the specific page. Or on Kindle, I just highlight and take notes in there. Alright guys, this is all the questions of this book tag. Thank you very much for sticking around until the very end, and I'll see you again with another video soon. Bye!